Okay guys, wish me luck. This is, I don't know how many weeks into the project. Just get a hammer drill first. That's all I can tell you. Hi guys, in this video we're going to be putting a post on concrete. And this is going to be for my Hoselink that I'm going to show you. It's basically a hose that has a system where you can get it in and out of a rail. And it has no problem of tangling up or anything like that. But I had installed it over here on the wall on the siding of the house. What happened was that there was some rough handling and the installation that I made started coming forward and I caught it before it fell and it broke. This is a kind of an expensive hose that I had been saving up for a while. But it's a wonderful tool for your garden. It's been here for a couple of months like this, so it's time to put the post on the concrete, and I'm gonna show you how I do it, and hopefully it helps you as well if you're trying to do something like this. I just want to start by saying that getting the right tools from the beginning is key for any project, and this was no different. I had gotten all of these things from the research that I had initially made, but unfortunately they were not the right ones. And I'll tell you why in this video and which ones are the right ones. The concrete drill bit is one of the only things that I got right from the beginning. This is going to be specifically for concrete and it'll make it way easier. You'll also need a hammer drill. The drill that I had started with was not powerful enough, and I found this one that was really inexpensive but very powerful. I had also started with L brackets, but these corner brackets are way better. And I used a shop vac to extract all of the dust when drilling. I used 2 pieces of 2x4 pressure treated lumber and Flex Seal. I'll show you why later. Heavy duty screws and a hex nut to drive them in, and a power drill. And I use a ratchet and a hammer to secure the wedge anchors. What we're gonna need is a couple of 2x4s. These are treated. And you can also get a 4x4, but this is what I had on hand, so I'm going to try to use it. You'll see me using a 4x4 only if this doesn't work. We need to get this post going on the concrete right away, guys, because okay guys, so we're putting together those 2x4s, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm using my other, this is the power drill. This one's also really good, and I'm gonna be using one of these, it says it's a countersink drill. I'm gonna be countersinking the screws that I'm putting in. So these are the screws that I'm gonna be using. I think they're gonna be nice and sturdy for what we have to do. These are, that's number 12 actually, number 12, and the length is 1/3. I'm gonna be drilling from both sides of the 2x4s, and that way I'll sandwich them and put them together. These are the two that were coming out because of from yanking the hose all the time. So now I'm gonna have to fix the siding here. For right now, I already have my post, which is this one right here, and here's the Hoselink. I found these that are even better. They're corner brackets, and these are going to help me to hold from all sides without having a ton of L brackets. So I think it's just maybe the style is just ESR 2523, and I'll link it all down in the description with all the products that I use. And this is the whole idea. The post is gonna go here, and then this part here is where the hose link gets attached to. As you can see, the hose link has this where it hooks up to the post right there. The hose link is gonna sit on this here. So that's the whole idea. Now I just have to figure out the exact location where I'm gonna be doing all of the drilling, and I'll be back to tell you more. So I have the tip, and instead of going to get something to cut it to get the bit out, I found this. You just unscrew it and it's free. Now we can work. I had to clear the area so that I could position the post where I wanted it, and once I had that dialed in, I put the brackets there as well and started marking exactly where the holes needed to be drilled. And I made sure that everything was nice and square. Finally, I started drilling, and this is where the vacuum is gonna come into play. I had to use it right next to where I was drilling so that all that dust that you see there can be vacuumed and your drill doesn't get stuck. At this point, I realized that I didn't have the right drill for the job. I was making very little progress. I ran out of light the first couple of days, mainly because I started the job a little bit later in the day, and I went through all of my batteries more than twice. And I also recruited my dad, and even with his strength, he didn't make much way. He did manage to finally make 2 holes, but we were forcing the drill's motor too much. I had to go and get a hammer drill. So, as you can see here, I got this Bauer. This is from Harbor Freight, and this was recommended by the manager, who, by the way, is our neighbor as well, 2 houses down the street. And he recommended this. This is gonna be a 7.5 amp, which is gonna give us a little bit more muscle, which is what we need really, and that way we can hammer through the concrete with that. The other thing, he recommended me another way of doing the whole project as well, but I'm already well on my way with this, so I just want to get through this, but I'll tell you what he said at the end. So one of the things that he did recommend is that instead of me using this anchor screws that you see here that we were going to use, he recommended, and I had already seen that, but I didn't find them at the time, these kind of screws. These ones are for concrete, but these, as you can see, the bottom part, once you get them in, they're going to expand. And these are much better because you're gonna, instead of screwing them like you see these ones, you're gonna use these ones with anchors, which are called wedge anchors. And I'll show you the whole thing. So these ones, when you put them in the hole, you're just gonna hammer them in, and then this bit down here is gonna expand and not let your screw try to go up or anything like that. It's just gonna secure it in place. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna open up my hammer drill. I'll be doing a quick review on that, and we'll get on with this project. Oh my gosh, so many things. Alrighty guys, so one thing before I put the bracket attached here to the wood post is I'm going to be adding a little bit of this Flex Seal, which is a clear coat, dries to be kind of like a plastic cover. And so what I'm going to be doing is just spraying it at the bottom here. This is already pressure treated wood, so I shouldn't be too worried about it, but I just want to make it very sure that it doesn't seep in any moisture once I put it against the concrete. You You can also use these brackets, which have a metal base that prevents the post from touching the ground. But the corner brackets that I got were $7 each, which is half the price of this style. So that's money in the bank. Okay guys, so I'm about to put the brackets on, and as you can see, I have this thick screws. These were such a lucky find because I was gonna use some thinner ones, but I found these. These are from my shed update. I haven't shown you the shed yet, but it was really good because I saved all the stuff that still was good. So we had sprayed, this is beautiful. I had sprayed the bottom part with the Flex Seal. What I'm gonna be doing then is just attaching the bracket that's gonna go in the back, because I won't be able to screw these once it's installed, or I'm trying to install it because it's next to the right next to the wall. So I'm gonna do it from here, and I'm just gonna be sure to do everything as level here to the bottom. And just one more thing before we screw it in, we are gonna be pre-drilling just to make sure and make things smoother, because it helps the screw go in. And I'm just gonna use my power drill with a hexagon head to secure everything and get my post ready for final installation. Alright guys, this was definitely the way to go. A hammer drill. Just use the tools that you need from the beginning, because that's gonna make it way easier for you. I didn't even take 5 minutes to drill the 2 holes that were pending, and I had spent I'm kind of like embarrassed to say a couple weeks doing the other 2 holes, because I was like waiting for the batteries to charge, drilling, and kind of like stopping because I was feeling like my poor little drill was not doing the job, because it doesn't have E1, the right battery, because this one's just a 20 volt, which it's not going to be that much. Plus it's not a hammer drill. It's not designed to do the concrete work. I mean, it will do a little bit, but it's not gonna go that far, and you're gonna take way longer. So it's the Bauer, 34 something is what it cost, and it was on sale as well. So that was a pretty good deal, and just that's all I have to say. You have to use the right tools, and these are specifically for the ground. So I'm just gonna hammer them, see how that goes. You're doing all this with me because I'm doing this for the first time, so let's see what happens. Okay, so first thing is, as you remember, I had already attached this bracket to this, so I'm gonna do the hammering. I have to go get my good hammer. We gotta do this fast because we're losing daylight. Got my hammer here. I had a better one, but this one's the heavier duty one that I have at this point. We'll have to use that, and then we just need to tighten. To tighten, I got this from my dad's tools. It's a ratchet, I don't know. Like there, tighten it there. It's gonna have the washer. Okay, and let's give it a go. This is the first one. So it's going. Okay, and then tighten it. And tighten it. Am I feeling like it's gonna be stopping at any point? Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a resistance. Good deal. See that? That's really cool. Okay, one more. Whew. Okay, we're gonna do the next one. This one's in a tighter place, so I'll go around. Okay, so just to give you a visual, the next one is gonna go right here. The second one, I'm so excited. This is really cool, guys. You can do anything, really. I gotta remind myself of that. Okay, cover your ears. That I didn't say before, but I do have my ear protection, so I'm gonna put that on and let's drill away. Well, hammer. And by the way, I'm not even doing this super hard. I'm just loosely doing this because I'm not really at a good angle. By the way, my dad is on vacation. He went to go see his grandson again. And when he comes back, he's gonna be super, super proud of me. After that first bracket was installed, the rest was a breeze. It was just a matter of securing the next bracket and the anchors. Oh, be careful. Holy moly, guys, this is like really, really, really tight. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do part 2 for this. So see you tomorrow. So I'm back here trying to finish my post installation, which the post is already installed. As you can see here, it's not budging, so that's great news. So the only thing that I need to do right now is basically put in the kind of like a plaque, which is this one. It's got more holes than a colander really at this point. And I'm just gonna mount it here. This is gonna be our base for the whole thing. Then I'm gonna install this here, which is gonna be where the hose link will hang from. The only thing I have to do here, okay, I got it. So this is what I did too with the other colander that I left there on the wall. I have to figure that out. If anybody has any tips on how to fix that, write some messages. Tell me how to do it. I would greatly appreciate it. So okay, so what I'm gonna be doing is putting the screws here directly into the post, and then the little attachment there is where everything's gonna go here. So Alright guys, so the post installation is complete. I am so happy that this is done. This is very secure, and we did it with the wedge anchors. That's how we ended up doing them. But the good thing is that we ended up with a secure post that is not gonna budge, it's not gonna fall over and damage my hose link. So the other alternative that I was telling you about that my neighbor was suggesting is to use like a jackhammer and just hammer the area, get rid of that concrete, and then set the post and pour over more concrete there. That would have been the most secure. So that's something that I should have thought of in advance. Doing the jackhammer, you do have to have that tool, so that's something that it might be a little bit more expensive. So doing these wedge anchors, I think, was the best way and the easiest. So that's one thing to know. You have to start with the right tools, because otherwise it's just gonna take you a couple weeks like it happened to me, and I don't want you to do this that way. So right here, let me show you my hose link. So this pin that you see here has to go into this hole. So I'm gonna try to do it once and maybe have a little bit of a light at night. I don't know if it'll work, because I do have light coming through, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough for this because it's a solar light. So here's the hose link. That was heavy. This is just an absolute dream for gardeners, and I saved up for it as I was telling you. And all you have to do is pull, and then it has 82 feet of hose, so you can go either way, and it'll swing all the way 180 degrees to the right and the left. In this case, I have my plants here. I am going to be changing this because when I left for a trip, my parents decided to move stuff around. They were naughty and they moved my plants, but I think they're better in that spot over there. Another cool thing about the hose link is that once you start getting the hose out, you kind of do a workout, I feel. So this is another benefit from the hose link. I don't think they mentioned that on their thing. I found it to be very good. So now I'm ready to go water my plants, and hopefully they won't die. I do have to do a makeover for this patio area that I'm looking at. It's looking really sad. So hopefully you come along with me while I do that as well. So see you in the next video. Hope you like this and hope that you were able to get some value from this. If you did, go ahead and hit that like. It would mean so much to me. Thank you. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.